All right, and joining us this evening, we have, of course, a consumer activist, Bijon Mishra, who's been highlighting these issues with consumers that the government and big institutions take granted for. Bijon Mishra, thanks very much for joining us this evening. Also joining us this evening, Harsh Rungta, joining us from Delhi. Harsh, thanks very much. Stay on because we're getting our first caller, Dr. Vasant Patil, joining us from Delhi. Dr. Patil, the RBI rate cuts not really passing on to the consumers. What's your view?
So, I have taken loan of 35 lakhs from IDBI Bank. Hello?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I have taken loan of 35 lakhs from IDBI Bank, and now they have reduced the interest rate, but by 25 point basis. So, in this regard, can I approach consumer court?
All right, a fair point being made in a case study, Dr. Patil, that you're bringing of your own, Bijon Mishra. Dr. Patil from Delhi raising the point that his interest rate has come down by 25 basis points. Of course, the RBI has cut its repo rate by 50 basis points. Why should the rate differential not really match? What's the dynamics behind that?
No, it's only because, you see, they are not taking immediate action on what the regulator has said. You see, what we need to understand that the regulator has to very closely monitor and scrutinize in terms of what the banks do after they have passed such a kind of a regulation where they have told the banks to cut the rates. Now, once the banks have announced, then it becomes mandatory to pass on that immediately from the effective date they have announced to make sure that the consumers get the benefit. And if they have not got and it's not matching, then naturally the consumers have the right to not only claim that, but claim compensation for such deficiencies in service.
All right, compensation, you're saying. Harsh Rungta, it's been 1 week since the RBI has cut rates. Some banks have reduced rates by 25 basis points. Some, including SBI, have not. The Brace Prime lending rate remains much higher, remains almost at 14, 15, 16%, despite the RBI rate being at 8%. There are dynamics we understand which the banks much account for, not only their own costs, but their risks. But the fact remains, are banks being dishonest now at the cost of consumers?
I mean, contrary to popular opinion, it's not always necessary that cuts in repo or reverse repo rates will lead to cut in interest rates. I mean, during the phase when interest rates rose, there have been a few instances when RBI increased repo rates and reverse repo rates, but the base rates didn't go up. I mean, that's not to justify the action, but essentially, whilst obviously RBI's stance on interest rate is an extremely crucial and a very significant input into the bank's calculations, it's not the only input. And we have seen base rate reductions by a range of banks ranging from 0.10% to 0.25%.
All right, you're saying...
I suspect we might see more reductions.
All right, Mr. Rungta, you're saying a fair point. Yes, that banks are not under any compulsion. It's a deregulated sector. We need a healthy banking industry. They can go to the market and let market forces decide what the rates should be. But the fact remains is that there is a policy imperative now before the country. Consumers are suffering not under inflation, but also under high interest rates, and banks, it seems, are profiting at a very large margin. Some banks profits up 20%, 30% quarter on quarter. That is a worry. And there are other people across the length and breadth of India whom we've been speaking to, who've been taking up their cases and want to know when their EMI burden will come down. Here's a report that Himanshi, our correspondent, got. Listen in. Her name is Caroline Gibbs Singh, and she was married in 2009. Wanting to ease the financial burden on her parents, she took a loan of over 3 lakh rupees from 2 banks. 3 years later, she's still struggling to pay it off.
I took a personal loan for my marriage, and it was 2 years back for my wedding, for my marriage, and it's been paid. Yeah, it's almost 2 years, 2.5 years since I'm paying the loan. The EMI which I'm paying is 10,000 every month since 2.5 years.
The RBI relief yet to filter through to this middle-class family, with the bank showing no signs of cutting rates to reduce the hefty 10,000 rupee EMI burden for this family.
So we are just thinking we should get some, relief from the bank side. So we hope we'll be getting some relief from bank. I really avoid this loan matters. Rather I take some money from the that these people who gives in interest from them.
For a middle-class family, every day is like a fight against the ever-increasing prices of commodities and fulfillment of basic monthly needs. In such a situation, paying a personal loan with heavy rate of interest, despite the cut of RBI's policy interest rate, is like a double whammy. With video journalist Raghib, this is Himanshi Mata reporting for NewsX.
Okay, those are the voices from India's embattled middle class, Bijon Mishra. Now, in this case, the loan taken from ICICI Bank for a marriage case, that EMI burden, although we know that the PPLR in the ICICI has been cut down by 25 basis points, but it's not just the private banks. The question, of course, also being SBI, the government's biggest public sector bank, also really not willing to pass on the interest relief.
See, actually, the public sector needs to set good examples. And they are the ones who should actually bring in interventions in the market which is in the interest of the consumer. Unfortunately, in our country, the public sector doesn't play that role which they should be playing. And the regulator is also not coming in to understand in terms of how to pass on these kind of benefits to the consumers in a very transparent and accountable manner. You see, today, the RBI should be mandated to put on record and make it public all kinds of complaints which are coming into from the consumers in terms of in terms of taking away interest from the consumers on foreclosures. This is a great kind of a problem which is having on being burdened onto the consumer.
And Bijon, we are feeling the pinch. We've been speaking to people right across the country. Let's listen into some voices now coming in from Lucknow.
सारे बैंकों को जो भी इंटरेस्ट रेट बढ़ते हैं घटते हैं कस्टमर को बताना चाहिए, जो भी मतलब स्थितियां होती हैं वो बताना चाहिए। क्या होना चाहिए?
साफ प्रॉस्पेक्टस साफ होना चाहिए, एक बात बतानी चाहिए।
All right, voices there coming in from Lucknow. Bijon, we are raising that point, but let me put that to Harsh Rungta as well. Big banks have been tardy, Harsh Rungta, in passing on the benefits. In fact, banks maintain that their interest rates are determined not only by the RBI but also their costs, their risk profile, the loan amounts, what they have in their current accounts versus what they have in their FDI, all these issues. Where does this leave the monetary transmission that the RBI was hoping to achieve?
Yes, I think one of the big issues or the big change to the base rate was one of the objectives, apart from transparency, which was a fairly large objective for the shift to base rates. Another very significant objective obviously was the transmission of policy rates. And I think it's clearly not perfect. And so I don't know whether RBI is happy with the transmission that's happened so far and what will happen in the future.
All right. Of course, the RBI says it's helpless. It deregulated rates in 1994, and after that, it's the market interest which really should take it forward. But what can really consumers do when the issue has reached such a pass that their EMI burden is not being reduced? The question, of course, we are asking tonight: are public banks betraying public interest by refusing to cut lending rates? Let's remind our viewers, our phone lines are open. You can call us and have your say and ask your questions right here on NewsX. But before that, let's also tell you what your options really are when it comes to interest rates. All right. The RBI gives interest rate relief, but banks laggard in passing on the relief to the consumer, impacting not only your EMIs but undercutting government policy. And despite that, both the RBI and the government claiming helplessness when it comes to getting banks to cut interest rates. In a written statement to NewsX, the RBI raising the deregulation card to highlight its policy inability to pressure banks to reduce interest rates. But even if the government and RBI cannot fix rates for banks, they can certainly emphasize the need not to loot the consumer.
When the RBI has slashed its repo rate and reverse repo rate, it must get reflected in the interest rate for the common persons.
Banks want both Indian and foreign. They would want to. Their objective is not really social service. They are there in business to make their profits. So they would want, they'll use all avenues which are available in order to maximize their profits.
To compound the irony, the government even claims helplessness over banks it itself runs.
Unfortunately, whether it is PSU or private sector, the lure to make money is equally strong both in the public and private sector.
So if the government is not willing to provide you relief, what can you really do? The good move made by the RBI is the ban on all penalties on prepayments, so you can shift to any other bank that's offering you a cheaper rate. Remember also that a significant part of your interest rate is a risk premium that the bank really attaches on your profile. So if you've been promoted, changed jobs, inherited money, well, there is a potential for you to renegotiate your loan. If you also feel that your bank is violating the rules, you can approach the RBI Ombudsman to take up your case. But given the contract you sign, unless you can prove criminality, your legal options are limited.
If I want to pay off my loan completely, I can just go to another bank which is offering me a cheaper rate and say, you know what, I want to pay off this loan completely. And people realize that I can always pay off my outstanding loan with a cheaper loan from another bank. I think banks will also realize, you know what, we need to be competitive, we need to reduce the loan.
And if the borrower feels that he's given a raw deal, I don't think he can go to an ombudsman, because this is not a practice which is contrary to Reserve Bank regulations, because this is not something which a bank is prohibited from doing. So long as it's not prohibited from doing, they are free to do what they like.
But if you think your bank is not listening to your complaints, just log on to rbi.org.in, click on the For Common Person link and register yourself with the Banking Ombudsman scheme. Now, the bottom line is, with the government claiming helplessness and no succor to be found, even from public sector banks, you need to help yourself. There are options out there that you need to examine. Gautam Mumbai, joining us from Mumbai. Gautam, what do you feel? All right, I think we lost that phone line. Bijoy Mishra, we're talking about the options we're trying to highlight in that report. There is an option that the RBI has made. They've gone through a key change, that there is no prepayment penalty now when it comes to paying off your loan. So you can potentially shift to another bank giving you a cheaper interest rate. Is that something that the consumers should really examine?
No, absolutely, they should. But the point what we have to understand is, before he shifts, the environment must be very user friendly. I mean, at one place, you don't allow him to shift because you are imposing a kind of a penalty on him, which is not to be imposed. So how do you expect the consumer to shift to a bank which is going to give a lower interest?
Okay, Bijoy, let me bring in Gautam, joining us from Mumbai. He's back with us on the phone line. Gautam, what do you feel?
Hello.
Go ahead, Gautam.
Actually, banks, they are all not checked by anybody. RBI has to, from time to time, exercise some checks over the functioning of this bank. Their establishment charges are so very high. So due to that, even the private banks are having very exorbitant rates, especially penalties for the credit cards, etc. And nobody is checking. Nobody is checking. Especially government of India had very strong rules for periodical checks of the RBI. That is not being carried out. Whether any corruption is there, here also RBI is taking any after from these banks. Some of the banks are telling not to pay the amount. Suppose I have got about 1,000 rupees I have to pay in 5 installments. If I want to pay 1,000 rupees in one installment, they don't accept. They say 4% extra charges should be paid. Who is controlling all these things?
Okay, Gautam, I'm going to bring in Bijoy on this, but before that, we have another caller joining us from Delhi, Roshan. Roshan, what do you feel?
Hello.
Go ahead, Roshan.
See, I have taken a loan from HDFC Bank. Hello.
Go ahead.
When the interest rate has gone up, the bank has, immediately hiked my this EMI. But when RBI has cut the interest rate, but they have not reduced their rate. What should I do in that case?
All right, Roshan, I'm going to try to get you some answers. We'll take up Gautam's case first. Bijoy Mishra raising the point that not only of banking loans but also of not being able to, not being allowed on prepayment. Has that changed now? Can Gautam from Mumbai go to his bank and say that there is now a prepayment ban on prepayment penalties and I want to pay off immediately my entire loan?
Absolutely. And one has to, immediately agree to that on an RBI guideline, which has already been announced. You see, the issue is RBI showing helplessness in terms of market forces taking the interest rates from 1994. In my view, we don't buy in, because as a regulator, they have to fix the ceiling in terms of taking into consideration, in terms of efficiency and in terms of how they should manage themselves, in terms of a lean governance within the bank.
Okay, and what about the case of Roshan? He says he has a loan with ICICI Bank. We do know that the ICICI BPLR has come down by 25 basis points. Should it be automatic, Bishan Mishra, that his EMI also falls?
Absolutely. And it should be immediately done, like they negotiated and they made sure that they increased his EMI when the interest rates went up. And in fact, the banks also have a tendency to extend the period, many a times. So now, if the person is able to pay off earlier, then they should reduce the paying in time, and they should take the advantage, give the advantage to the consumer to realign in terms of the EMI.
Okay, so Roshan, if you're still with us, the point Bijon is trying to make is that the 25 basis points BPLR has gone down. All your loans which you have been receiving are a function of the BPLR. So there is a potential for you to go to your bank and tell them that the loan rate should be reduced, and if it's not reduced, you can of course approach not only their grievance, internal grievance redressal system, but also the RBI Ombudsman at rbi.org.in. Those are options still available to you. It's a response that's been coming right across the country, where people are angry and want to know when their interest burdens will reduce. Let's listen in to some voices from Chandigarh now.
Not cheating. Okay. They are good. They are obliging. Whenever anybody applies for a loan, they definitely process it and give it. Only thing is the interest is higher. That varies from time to time, that's all.
The banking also is the one sector where we have to see the interest rate, but government has now, I think RBI has reduced that. So they should pass it on to the public, that is the fact.
Not at all, not at all. They are going as per the directions by the RBI.
All right, let me bring in Harsh Rungta, who's been patiently standing by. Harsh, aren't banks really simply being disingenuous by simply tinkering with deposit rates to divert benefits? What recourse does the common man have with the large banks when they see to sort of work in a cartel when the system comes into place?
I think deposit rates clearly are a function, especially fixed where the rates are remaining fixed for the entire period. Today, a consumer has a lot of choices. I mean, if he has a long-term deposit, he is willing to accept lock-in, he's got public provident fund. If he wants the safety of the government, this thing, he has all the post office fixed deposits, he has the post office monthly income schemes. Obviously, they may not have the same convenience as a bank fixed deposit. But clearly, I think the bank's ability to
all right, Harsh, just stay on with us, because Sanjay joining us from Delhi. Sanjay, what do you have to say?
I want to just tell about this banking interest rate. I have a loan from Axis Bank. Hello.
Go ahead, Sanjay.
I have a loan with Axis Bank, and I had taken this loan at 9%. Now the loan has gone up to 11.5%. The interest. And when you approach them, for anything, like you want to, they are extending new loans at a much lower rate at 11%. And in today's era also, when they have not changed any, and despite RBI lowering.
All right, Sanjay, I'm going to try to get a response there from Bijon. Bijon, this has been another issue, that banks, when they come out for new customers, they have a lower interest rate, but they don't change it for existing customers. What can this man Sanjay now really do with his bank?
No, it has to be driven in terms of market forces. You see, if any bank wants to take over the liability of that consumer and give a better rate, if the existing bank doesn't want to change, and they have a right to do that, because there's a contractual agreement.
It's a contractual agreement. So, Sanjay, your option would be that now that there is no prepayment penalty, you can approach another bank in which case you will be a new loan customer for them to pay off your current bank and shift your loan. That is an option which you can seriously consider. But we're totally running out of time. I'd like to thank our callers for calling in with their queries and comments. Also thanks to Harsh Rungta and Bijon Mishra, as always, for helping us understand this issue that really hits people across the board who have some EMI of one sort or the other. Whether the banks are listening, well, only time will tell. With that, it's a wrap from me on Speak Out India tonight. Coming up next, it's a special show at 9 o'clock. News X at 9. Jujar Singh joining you in a bit. Stay on.